I'm Reggie Parker, and today we're going to work on just some stretches for our spine and for our legs. A lot of focus on some more of the standing mat work today. We will hit the floor a bit, but there's a big emphasis on getting some good stretching in our back, which tends to be a problem area for me. So to start today's practice, we're going to begin in mountain pose. Feet about shoulder width apart. Hands down to the side. We're going to get long here, straight back, looking forward with our head, and just really grounding here. If it feels better for you, you can bring your palms out. Really get grounded. Feel the energy of the earth. Feel the energy on your mat. We're just going to breathe in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now you should be feeling a little bit more grounded, a little bit ready to start our practice today. We're going to begin with an upward salute. For this one, I'm bringing the palms together. Getting a nice little, just a slight bend in the back as we come up for our salute. From here, I'm going to exhale into a side bend. I'm going left here first. Trying to keep the legs straight and your back on the center line. Try not to lean forward or backwards here. We want to be sort of in line with our own hips. Inhale, exhale. Inhale back into your upward salute. Taking just a moment here. Then exhaling into a side bend. Again, try not to bounce. I really don't want my head hanging here. And I'm just going to breathe. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale back into our standing salute. So, from here, I'm exhaling, dropping into a ragdoll position. I like to move around a little bit, sway, get a good feel. You can be as loose with your neck as you want. I like to grab my own elbows here in this position. And again, we're breathing. Inhale. On the exhale, trying to get just a deeper stretch if we can. Now, we're going to inhale into a half lift. And then exhale back into a forward fold. And on the inhale, I'm coming up into a chair pose. I'm going to move sideways so you can see my motion here. So on the inhale, arms come up, feet sit back. Trying to keep my back flat if I can. Arms straight up. Getting a good squat here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And I'm going to exhale into another forward fold. Walking the feet back into a plank position. Coming down to a half plank. Inhaling into my cobra position. Now from here, I'm exhaling into a child's pose. Taking just a moment here for ourselves. Feel a good stretch in the shoulder area. Inhale up into down dog. If you can, getting the feet flat to the mat. Understand that if you can't get the feet flat, as close as you can. Really feeling that stretch. We're going to come with the left foot into a low lunge, like so. So left foot comes forward, right foot's back. Low lunge. I'm going to inhale, come up into a high lunge, and bring the hands up for this particular pose. Now, from this high lunge, I'm going to fall into a pyramid pose. So we're going to exhale on the way down. For beginners like myself, honestly, you can bring your hands down to your knees. So again, this left foot is forward. The right foot has a slight perpendicular bend. And for this, you want to keep your back flat. Again, I'm going to fall into it slowly. My hands on my hips. And this is just, you can stop here. You're getting more or less what's intended. This is sort of like a nice opening into this particular pose. But if you're comfortable, continue to bring the arms down to the mat. If it helps, you can have blocks on your side. Matter of fact, let me demonstrate that. If you have them, you can have blocks on either side of you here to help with this pose, or bring it down. I'm just going to move this quickly. So, from my pyramid pose, I'm going to inhale up into a wide-legged pose, like so. Like so, and I'm going to turn my body just so you can see. And from here, I'm taking this wide-legged stance into a fold on the exhale. I'm trying to keep legs straight here. Getting as deep as a stretch as your body allows. Now from here, we're going to inhale back up into a standing wide-legged position. We're going to turn the feet 45 degrees on the angle. So your toes should be facing the top corners of your mat. And from here, we're going to begin to go into a goddess pose. Again, I want to work my way up into this. So again, now that we're in a wide leg with the feet facing out like so, 45-degree angle towards the top corners of the mat. We're going to start very slow here. We're going to inhale. Exhale, I just want you to bring your arms to the side and just touch your knees from here. And you're starting to feel the opening positions of this goddess. You want your back fairly straight here. Careful not to poke your butt out. You want that sort of under you, almost like you're doing a squat here. And again, we're just feeling the position. All right. Inhale back up. Exhale back into that squat position, right? And this is the opening sort of this goddess sequence. Inhale back up. Now I want you to take your hands to heart center, and it's the same thing. Exhale down into a squat. Again, you're starting to feel your body, the butt sitting back into the squat, hands up. Again, we're opening, getting ready to go into our goddess pose. So from here, once again, just inhale back up. Hands at heart center. This time we're going to exhale, hands at heart center, and we are bringing the hands out. And here we are in our goddess pose. You're going to feel the stretch in your back. If this is a lot of pressure, you can keep the hands at heart center. You can more or less rest your hands on your knees in the squat position. And again, from here, what helps this stretch is that you're not poking your butt out. It's under you, creating a stretch in the lower back. The hands coming out. So you're getting full extension here, and you're really getting a very good stretch working this squat position. Now I'm coming back up into this wide-legged fold. And I want you to come into an extended side angle. Now I want you to come up into an extended side angle. So because we're working the left side, I'm coming left. Again, I'm working my hand down to my knee, towards my knee. It's going to rest on my thigh. Right hand's coming up to the sky, and I'm just getting this side bend, just like so. Now from here, cartwheeling our hands, sliding the feet right back into exhale, into a pyramid pose. This time, it should feel a little bit easier on your back now that you've gotten a good stretch here. Now from here, I'm going to inhale back into my wide-legged fold, as so. I'm going to exhale into this wide-legged stance. I'm going to inhale into this wide-legged stance like so. We're going to exhale into a forward fold. And from here, you can bring your feet together if this makes it easier for you. But we're just going to walk our feet back into this high plank. Exhale into our low plank. Inhale into cobra. And then exhale, coming right back into the child's pose. So that was our left side. We're gearing up to go into the right side of this sequence. So coming up into a downward facing dog. Again, if you can't keep heels flat to the mat, try to do so. Loosen the neck here. We're going to take our right foot here into our low lunge. So the foot comes between the hands here. And then on a big inhale here, stepping up into a high. So on the inhale here, and on the inhale here, stepping up into a high lunge. And I'm going to bring my hands up in a sort of crescent lunge position, like so. Now from here on the right side, of your body, again, just to show you sort of the breakdown of the sequence, you can bring the right hand towards the thigh, left hand over top of your right hand, and again the back stays straight here. You see that I'm hinging at the hip, and I'm coming forward into this sort of fold position. And for the full pyramid stretch, the hands will come down to the mat. And like I mentioned, we're getting this pyramid stretch here. Again, if that is too hard, you can stay in this position, really focusing on a flat back in this hinge position. From there, inhaling into my wide-legged stance. Exhaling into a wide-legged fold, like so. Now from here, inhaling back up into our standing wide-legged fold. Once again, we're going to turn the feet out to a 45-degree angle so they're facing the top of our mat, and beginning to prepare for this goddess pose once more. So again, the hands will come down to our to the thighs, and again, we're just going to feel this sequence getting into our goddess pose. I'm going to exhale, drop into that squat, focusing on keeping my back straight and my butt tight to the hip. Inhale back up. One more time, just feeling that squat. Exhaling down into the opening of the sequence. We're going to inhale back up. I'm going to bring the hands to heart center. Once more, feeling the squat. Exhaling down into that squat. You can really start to feel the hips open up. You can really start to feel that stretch in your back. Inhale up. One more time. Then I'm going to exhale back into my squat. Hands in prayer pose, and we're going to bring that out. So, exhale out into our goddess pose. Really feeling that extension there. It's a great pose. It's a great stretch for you. I'm going to inhale, come back up into my that more wide stance. And one more time, we're just going to exhale, drop directly into our goddess pose. Let's breathe here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale back up into a standing position. Bringing the right hand to your thigh. Left hand up, and we're going into this wide extended side angle here. I'm going to move my foot. I'm pivoting my foot towards the top of my mat. Back foot staying exactly how it was. And we're going to cartwheel into our pyramid pose. Again, you should feel pretty good about this pose after the stretching that you've done. We're going to inhale, bring it back to our wide stance. Exhale into a standing wide-legged fold. And then I'm going to exhale, walk this back into a plank. Coming down into our half plank. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Excellent work here. From here, we're going to inhale up into our downward facing dog. From here, we're going to walk the feet back up towards our hands. Inhale back into a mountain pose, like so. Now, from here, once more just to maximize the stretch, I'm going to come from this mountain pose, extend the feet, turn them out towards the top of my mat, as we've done before. We're squatting down into our goddess pose. Again, just to sort of ease you into that, I'm going to come first, hands onto the thighs. Once more, exhale down, inhale up. Once more, exhale down, inhale up. Now, hands to heart center, exhale down, inhale up. Exhale down, inhale up. One more time, we're going to exhale down, arms come out wide into our goddess pose. Inhale, standing. This time we're going to drop right into that pose. Exhale down into our goddess pose. Inhale up. I'm going to turn the feet back towards facing forward. And we're going to drop our left hand to the left thigh. Right hand comes up. Getting that extended side angle stretch. Feeling pretty good here. Inhale back to base. Right hand comes to right thigh. Left hand comes up. Exhale into our extended side angle here. That should feel pretty good. Now coming right back, our baseline center. I want you to come back on an inhale into a mountain pose. From here, I want you to exhale into a chair pose. Inhale back up into our base mountain. One more time, exhale into that chair pose. Inhale into our mountain pose. Exhale into our chair. Inhale into our mountain pose. That's very good work here, very good work. From here, I'm going to exhale down into ragdoll. I'm getting just a little bit of a sway here. Oh man, just getting more of a little stretch here. Again, whatever movement feels right to you in this ragdoll position. I'm going to inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Walking my feet back into this plank. Exhale, half plank. Inhale, cobra. We're going to then exhale into our downward facing dog. Paddling the feet out a little bit, feeling that stretch in the legs. And from here, we're going to bring the left knee forward towards the hands. And I'm coming down into a pigeon pose. So the knee, I'm coming into a pigeon pose. So that left knee is now under my hip. I've got my right foot back straight, and I'm getting a good stretch here in this pigeon pose. You can fold it forward if you like. You can try to keep it up like so, almost like you're in a cobra. We're gonna exhale, come back into a plank, walk back, your foot back into a plank. Low plank, inhale, cobra. We're going to exhale into our down dog. We're going to bring the right foot forward this time. Foot stays under the hip. Right into this pigeon pose. Again, if you feel you can forward fold, or to activate the stretch, you can stay up like so. Stop it. We're going to exhale into our plank. Low plank, inhale into cobra. And I'm going to exhale into a child's pose. Okay, from child's pose, just going to make your way into an easy seated position. And from here, we're going to hands up in a seated salutation. Fall forward into a seated fold. Inhale up into a seated salutation. Exhale into a forward fold. From here, I'm going to drop down into my corpse pose. I'm going to take the right knee up, bring it down to the left side of my body. I'm going to do a reclined spinal twist from here. Trying to keep my right shoulder as close to the ground as possible while getting a stretch. Getting a stretch here. We're going to come back to baseline. Corpse pose. I'm going to bring my left knee up, bring it to the right side of my body. I'm grabbing my own sort of knee here, pulling it down towards the mat, and trying to keep my left shoulder as close to flat as possible. And getting that spinal twist on this side, which is a great stretch. We're now going to take our right leg, put it on top of your left knee. I'm just going to pull that up into a sort of a reclined pigeon here. Bring that down. Left foot comes onto the right thigh, pulling into a reclined pigeon. Once again, a good stretch here. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And we'll just drop our feet flat. Finishing out our segment today, going back in the corpse pose, going into Savasana. Hands palm down on the floor. body flat. The work is done today. Got a good stretch, some good squats. We're just going to inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Well done. You've continued your ritual, continued your practice. Every time you're on the mat, you make yourself just a little bit stronger, a little bit better than you were before. Remembering that we're all on our own pathway. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Feel free to move around just a bit. Loosen yourself up. And even this horse pose, it's a full body stretch in itself. It's taking more time to ground it. Inhale, work your way back up to the seated position. And I'd like to say thank you once more for joining me on the mat, for taking time for yourself, taking time for your own journey. Again, it's a big win every time we get to touch the mat, and should be proud of your accomplishments for sticking to this. So we're all on the journey, and I hope that this has helped you further your own journey. I'm Reggie Parker. Thank you once again for joining me.